you too can finish something that you have started and not finished. You too can check that thing off of your list that you know you need to get done. You too can go back to the very thing that you threw away. You threw in the towel, and you need to go right back to that place and pick it right back up, pick that towel up and finish and work with it and do the thing. When you do finish the thing, when you do accomplish something, no matter how small or big it is in your life, it doesn't have to be a book. It doesn't have to be this big project. It could be something that you know is important to you. There are certain things that only you know how important it is to you. Only you and God know how important it is to you. This is Brittany Rivers. I am back with another video. I'm excited. I am going to get more consistent. But with this video, I wanted to share some really great news. I mean, at least for me, it's good news. I have finished and accomplished something on my list that I have been needing to accomplish for quite some time. It's my new ebook. My new ebook, Simply Embrace for the Becoming Woman. I also have an audiobook, and I'm excited because this is something that I have been working on and off for about 2.5 years now, and I finished. It is done. It is out. It is launched. The release happened. It's on the website. It's available, and I'm excited about that. I actually decided to finish it a week before my birthday, like exactly a week before my birthday. I finished it on my birthday, September 5th. Finished writing all the chapters, finished editing, finished almost all the graphics. So it was done. I think about a day or two after, I tweaked some things in the graphics and some visuals that I wanted to change. And I think I also had linked my website. So just like little things here and there, but for the most part, it was done on my birthday. I finished it and I edited it and it was done. And I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited about that. But also, after that was done, I published it. It's on the website. I launched and released it. I posted it on my Instagram. I also, again, posted it on the website. But I am so excited. I decided, I was like, I think I should make this into audio. Like, why not make this into an audiobook? Have the ebook, but also have an audio edition. And I did it. I finished it almost the exact same time. I finished it in a week. I had, I think, finished the ebook on my birthday on the 5th. That Sunday, let me see, that's the 7th. That Sunday, I put it out, and then I finished the audio edition the following weekend. That same day, the next following Sunday, a week later, the 14th, I put it out and released it and launched the audio version of that book. So I'm so excited. Y'all, this is something that I have been working on, again, off and on for 2.5 years. More often on, it's not because it couldn't be done. It's a smaller ebook. It's 86 pages, 11 chapters. I could have finished it. But because of delay, because of me getting in my own way, because of disbelief, because of all these different things, it kept me from actually finishing and releasing what I know needed to be finished. Like, I could not move on with any other project, do any other thing until I finished the last thing that God told me to do, which was to finish the ebook. He led me to do the ebook. And so I am so excited about it. I wanted to share with you all, not just my accomplishment. This is not just about me, but I wanted to also encourage someone that you too can finish something that you have started and not finished. You too can check that thing off of your list that you know you need to get done. You too can go back to the very thing that you threw away. You threw in the towel, and you need to go right back to that place and pick it right back up, pick that towel up and finish and work with it and do the thing. When you do finish the thing, when you do accomplish something, no matter how small or big it is in your life, it doesn't have to be a book. It doesn't have to be this big project. It could be something that you know is important to you. There are certain things that only you know how important it is to you. Only you and God know how important it is to you. You can do the thing and you can celebrate yourself. I said that I was going to do something for myself. I've yet to do it, but I'm going to do something. I'm going to share what it is that I'm going to do for myself, just to make sure that I remember how not just important it is to me, but to know that I am capable of doing it, that I, with God's help and with his strength, that I can do it. I can do it. Not with man, but with God, I can do it, because I allow him to do the impossible in my life, even when it was hard, even when times felt so confusing. I felt stuck, like I just could not get to it. I can do it. And I want to just remind myself and encourage myself that you can do the next thing. You can do it. And so can you. So I'm going to treat myself and do something to celebrate. I don't want to devalue something that is so important and so big to myself, and you shouldn't either. So, if you get something done, celebrate yourself. It doesn't have to be, this big lavish thing. It could be something so small. You can go get yourself flowers. You can, go treat yourself to, I don't know, a dinner. Just you and God having a dinner, and we gonna celebrate. It could just be you having a free day, like you take off a day from work and you say, because on this day, I am celebrating myself. I'm going to have something to look forward to, and I'm taking a day off work to celebrate myself, to actually rest, especially if something that has required a lot of effort from you, a lot of sleepless nights from you, a lot of time that was given, a lot of sacrifice. Like, you should celebrate that. You should celebrate yourself and do the things. Like, even this is something small. I even painted my nails because I have certain colors in the book that signify certain things to me. And I was like, I'm going to paint my nails. So I painted my fingers and my toes. And y'all, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't look too close. Don't look too close. They already messed up. And I just painted them probably about an hour and a half ago. So don't worry about that. But I just wanted to do something to show myself, and again, not to devalue the importance of an accomplishment, to not disregard or diminish something that is important, not just to me, but also to God. Like, we do things, especially if we're doing something for God, we do it for his approval. We do it to please him. And so a lot of times it's between you and him. It's awesome if you can get other people to support and, celebrate and congratulate you. But there's certain things that you just have to let it sit here. Let it sit and rest on your heart and know that it is well. It is well. And so I am here to talk about the book. I'm here to talk about the actual book that I've put out. It's called Simply Embrace. It's for the becoming woman. I am excited because I want to put out more content. I'm really supporting the book. No AI was involved in this book. I'm excited about that. It was just me, me and the Lord with this book. And I'm excited because it's full of testimony. I'm sharing things along my journey that I've learned and am still learning. I'm also sharing insight that I've received along my way in stepping onto the path that God has laid out for me. Some things that I've learned, some things that I'm still learning. It's full of encouragement. It's inspiring. It's enlightening. It's challenging. It's going to give you that push. This ebook and audiobook is for the becoming woman. And I wrote it in the book, but the becoming woman for me is the woman who has decided to pursue God, to see God for the original version that he has always created and predestined her to be. This version of herself is the most authentic version of who God has always planned for her to be, to become. And she's full of so many gifts and skills and abilities and talents. She's amazing. She's beautiful in all the ways that God has created her to be. but she understands that there is a path to take. There is a decision to make. It requires her losing who she thought she was and becoming who God wants her to be. It requires some letting go. It requires believing in who God has called her to be. It takes a lot of embracing her true identity, coming into an agreement with who she actually is, which you only know who you are by pursuing God, because your true identity is found in Christ. It's not defined by the world. It's not defined by your past. It's not defined by any experience, any trauma. All these things mold you and shape you into who you are, but it's not who you are. It's not your identity. And so I'm diving into the book. I'm encouraging you and uplifting you to love who you were created to be, love everything about you, but also step into the challenge of saying yes to God, saying yes to Him stripping things from you only so that you gain and put on what He has for you. There's an exchange, there's a conversation, there's something to be had by losing. And it's not a loss of who you are, it's actually an embracing in who you've always were supposed to be. You know, we have these false identities, we have these false versions of ourselves, and they're defined by how we perceive ourselves, who we think we are, who we believe we are, because of what the world has told us, because of what we went through. But there is a truth, and I get to dive into that with you. Like in the audiobook, I am actually narrating it myself. So it's almost like I'm right there with you. I'm talking you through it. We're discovering this thing out together. And I am excited about it because I truly do believe that this is going to give myself, because I'm going to continue to read this book, because when I tell you it couldn't have came from me, I'm still being tested and challenged with the very things that I have put in the book. This is going to be a great resource, a great way for you to gain the permission to step into all God has called you to be. This is for the woman who has made the decision. Not everybody embraces and accepts the call of God on their life to become all that they are predestined and intended to be. There's a requirement to not stay the same. There is a standard to not stay complacent and comfortable with where you were, or even where you are now. Like there's difference between being content and being complacent. And in God, when we're growing in God and we're, going deeper in God and walking closely with Him, allowing Him to completely transform our life by His Holy Spirit, that is going to require us to not stay the same. We can't be the same. And, sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes, it can feel embarrassing. Sometimes it can feel like, man, this process is out to get me, but it's not. It's to transform you. And it's a beautiful process. It's not always the cutest. It doesn't always feel the best, but the outcome is rewarding, because the result is that you become more and more like Christ. He is transforming you to be like His Son, to reflect His Son. And even along that journey, you get to see a version of yourself that you are going to be so proud of. You are going to receive a peace that you could have never experienced, a joy that is found that you have never completely stepped into. It's going to be an amazing experience, because you are going to find out who you are, not by all these other things the world says, not by solely looking inside of yourself. Like that's one thing. And I feel like there's so much information out there, so many books, so many messaging about becoming. And, it's teaching us to look inside of yourself, look deep inside of yourself and find out who you are. Yeah, that's true to a point. But the reality and the full truth is finding out who you are in Christ, not just looking at yourself, but we have to look to Him. He is our creator. He designed us and He created us. So He knows exactly who we are. He knows the number of hairs that is on our head. He knows our future all the way back to our past. He knows it all. He knows everything about us, and He knows what it takes for us to be the best. He knows what it's going to take for us to completely reflect and shed light on who he has called us to be. He knows us to a T. There's some things about you that he wants to reveal to you that you won't know until you seek him. You will truly find out who you are by pursuing and seeking God. It's the only way. There's no way around it. There's no other book. There's nothing that can completely tell you and show you who you are. Only until you get to that place of surrender, of humility, where you say, God, here I am. Show me who you are first, and then show me who I am in you. Reveal that to me. Show me the things that you want to show me. Step by step, day by day, season by season. There's some things he'll show you, and there's some things he won't show you yet, because it may not be time for it to be revealed. But in the meantime, he wants you to understand and know the true value and who you are in him. And he wants you to know that you can trust him. He wants you to know that if you just hang on tight, he's going to show you some things, and he's going to open the door to some things in your life that you will have never seen if you did not surrender and submit your life totally unto him, allowing him to step in and be in control. And sometimes that requires us letting go of some things. I'm getting into the book. I'm gonna stop there. But I just want you to know that this book is for the becoming woman. If you are the becoming woman, the woman that has decided to step into the path that God has laid out specifically for her, it's a path just for her. We all have to take this path, but there is a specific journey that doesn't look like anybody else's. And you have decided to step into that, to completely embrace the process and the journey of true transformation through the Holy Spirit in your life, allowing his power to work in and through you, perfecting the things concerning you, allowing him to have his perfect will and good pleasure in your life. You are going to see some amazing things. This book is a great encouragement to walk alongside of you in your journey, to even get to somebody else, to encourage them to continue on, continue to walk through those chapters and those seasons of your life that feel like they're stripping you, but really they're making room for more. In God, there is more. He will never lead you to a place of losing who you are or stripping those things off of you that you thought you needed, that you thought comfort you, but really they were hindering you and keeping you back from those things that you really needed, those things that were really going to add and benefit your life. It's a good thing. I wrote in the book, I'll share a little bit. He will bring you to a place where you feel like you're being pruned, you're shedding, you're losing some things, you're going through some things, only because he wants to put on some new things. He wants to lay some things on you that can only come from him. He wants you sometimes to lose some relationships and some people that aren't benefiting you, so he can bring in some new people who can sharpen you, who can take you from level to level, who can encourage you, who can build you up, who can reflect who he actually is and where he wants to take you. You know, there's some things that he may want you to stop listening to and entertaining because it's in the way. It's no longer benefiting you. Again, I'm getting more and more into the book, but I just want to say, not just because I wrote this book, but because I feel like this is a beautiful resource for the becoming woman. This is the woman who is deciding that she's going to do it God's way. She's not going to do it her way anymore. It's not getting anywhere. It's not benefiting her anymore. It's exhausting. It's tiresome. There is no peace. There's nothing but anxiousness, overwhelm, and worry. So the book has 11 chapters. I'll kind of go through the chapters really quick. The titles, it's Becoming Beautifully Made, Identity, Your Value and Self-Worth, The Real Enemy, Your Potential, Transformation, Letting Go, There's More, All Things, No More Shrinking. They're not super long chapters. They're anywhere from like roughly an estimate of like 4 pages. Some are a little bit more, maybe 7, 8 pages, but they're not super long chapters at all. It's a very easy read. It's not hard to comprehend. And I just believe, again, it's going to be a really great resource for you and other women. I put women on there. It's for the becoming woman, but I feel like there's some men out there who could also, take some things from this book, take it along their journey as well, becoming the man that God has designed for them. Because really, it's not just about the woman, it's the becoming person. It's the becoming person who has decided to step into it God's way and find out who they are in Him. There is the ebook, but there's also the audio edition available. You can get either or you can get them together. My prayer is that it is a permission slip for you to finally decide and get the approval and the permission that you already have, but that you may feel you need in order to completely and truly embrace the journey of becoming, which again, we never actually arrive or become. It's an ongoing process. But once you decide to become, you start transforming, you start changing, because you allow God's power to move in your life. You decide to get out of His way and let Him take over and let Him do the thing so that you can become the beautiful butterfly that you have always desired, whether you know it or not. I truly believe that there's some desires within us that are buried underneath all this other stuff. And I believe when God created us, He created us to have a contentment and a longing and a validation from Him that we can't get anywhere else. We are deceived by the enemy. We may have convinced ourselves that we can find it elsewhere, but we can only get this contentment. We can only get this void filled. We can only get this sense of longing and belonging from Him. And so if you are one who likes to read, the ebook is available. If you are one who likes to listen, when you're in the car, when you are exercising, I don't know, when something that you can meditate on and think about, this is a really great resource, especially if God has already brought you to this journey, especially if He is already leading you on this path already. The very things that are written in the book, He may have already spoken to you in some way or another. And this is just a confirmation. This is just another stamp from Him. It's just another echo of something that He has already said to you. He's already brought it to your attention. He's already leading you on that path. But I'm excited to share with you this book. It is truly a part of my passion. I have a heart for Simply Embrace. If you don't already know, in my old videos, I started this thing years ago, Simply Embrace for the Becoming Woman. I talk about that some in the ebook, but there's also a video on it. And God gave me the name Simply Embrace. And so this is a mission, this is a journey that I am encouraging other women with the name Simply Embrace, to completely simply embrace everything that God is doing in your life, everything, embracing the process. And so this is a piece of me that I'm sharing, a piece of my heart, a ebook that I believe God birthed and put in me so that I can release it and launch it out to others in hopes that they too can benefit from it, so that God can really speak life through the words that are written, because they're not my words. I'm just the one that He trusted with it, but it's not me. It is not me. It's the Holy Spirit's doing. And I pray that if you decide to get this ebook or to get the audiobook, to get this resource, that it will just minister to you and speak to you in the way that only God can, that it be His message and point you to Him. And so I want to end on a encouraging note. Again, I said before, this video is not just for me to talk about the ebook. It's not just to talk about, yay, I finally accomplished something. I finally, reached a goal. I finally did the thing. But it's also to encourage you as well. If I can do this, you can do it too. During those two and a half years, I was in some really low and dark places where I felt stuck. I felt like I could not move. Even when I would feel the motivation, even when I feel like this is something that God may be wanting me to do, I felt stagnant. I felt stuck, like I couldn't move, like there was confusion around me, and like I could just not comprehend and completely understand what I was supposed to be doing. It just was not coming together for me. I had a strong start, but then it stopped. There was a huge delay. And yes, you know, God can use delays in our life and he can still have perfect timing. But I know that I could probably have put this out sooner if I did not get in my own way. There were times when I felt like maybe, you know, this is not something I should be doing because I'm doing it by myself. I don't actually have all the help that I need. In all actuality, I had everything I needed. I'd seen enough YouTube videos on how to put it together. I had seen how, you know, to create an ebook. I had seen enough and I have gathered so much information that it was probably too much information and it probably overwhelmed me. I was probably overstimulated, but also during a time where, you know, sometimes we start things and we allow distractions and we allow life to get in the way. We allow our circumstance to get in the way, whether it's lack of resources, lack of money, lack of support, lack of motivation. Maybe we are stuck in this, you know, this imposter syndrome, like, oh, poor, pitiful me. I can't do it if somebody's not walking alongside of me and actually showing me how to do it. Or, you know, I can't do this if I'm not feeling it. One minute I'm feeling it, the next minute I'm not. It must not be meant for me to do because I'm not inspired myself. Whatever the excuse may be, whatever it is, the truth of the matter is if God is leading you to do it, you can do it. It may feel impossible for you, but with him, it is possible. And you have everything that you need. He'll bring the right people. He'll add on what you need. And it does, the thing is, don't even feel like, and this is something that I'm literally going through right now. Don't feel like you have to have everything. Use what you already have. Use what you got to get to where you're going. Whatever that may look like for you, whatever that may mean for you, use what you got. Use what you've been given and pray for the rest. Pray and ask God for provision, and he will provide. He'll make a way, whether that's him actually, you know, giving you the means or giving you an idea of how to get the means. He is creative like that. He can give you these creative ideas. He can make you literally look around your room and be like, hey, I can put that together. I don't have to have the perfect background. I don't have to be in the perfect space. That was literally me on YouTube using what I got. And I'm going to share it with one day because half of it looks so raggedy and ghetto. But let me tell you, it's getting the job done until I get to a place where I can really get the things that I need. In the meantime, I'm going to embrace the process and I'm going to be thankful and grateful. And he's going to work it all out. He's going to make it better than what I thought I could make it. And the same for you. You are able to do the thing. So this is a time, this is a season for you not to shrink back. Don't go back. Don't shrink back. Don't go back small. Don't diminish the things that God has placed on the inside of you. Don't diminish it. If he's put it inside of you, if he has given you the thought, if he has given you the dream, it's bigger than what you think it is. And remember, God is not always going to lead you to the next thing. He may give you the idea. He may speak it and give you a glimpse, but he's not going to completely lead you in your spirit until you finish the very last thing that he has told you to do. He's not going to give you the next instruction until you take the steps in finishing the last thing that he has spoken to you, that he's led you to. And you can do it. You can finish it. You can do it. He may have a strategic plan and why he wants you to do something the way he has given it to you. So go ahead and do it. He may have given it to you in that way for a reason because he has a plan. He is a God of order, and there's a reason why he's not going to lead you to the next until you finish the very last thing he's told you to do. And if he's led you to it, he's going to make sure that it's done. A lot of this, and my issue, one of the major issues was a lack of belief. Do you truly believe that you can finish the book? Do you truly believe that if he said it's going to be done, it's going to be done? Because if you believed it, you would finish it. You would do it. And you would do whatever it takes to get there. Whether it's a lot of prayer, whether it's a lot of fasting, whether it's getting more discipline, whatever it may look like, he will provide. He will provide even in your lack. He will provide even in your weakness, even when you feel limited, even when you feel stuck. He has a beautiful way of giving you those encouraging hugs in the spirit. Like whether it's somebody saying something to you, you hearing something and you know it's God. So we were at the park. This was probably last summer. Me and my husband took our daughter to the park. And at the park, there was like this long log where a kid could jump off the log into these little stumps, these little fake stumps that they had created. And there was like 5 or 6 of them. And there was a little kid standing on it. Yeah, I'm not making this up. I'm going to probably do another short because I wrote it in my journal. But it was a kid standing on the log, and he looked at me. He was so excited, but he said he was so scared. He was scared to jump off of the log into one of the stumps. And he said, but check out my shoes. They're brand new shoes, and they're going to help me jump. And they even light up. And I knew that God was speaking to me through that kid. Even with him just telling me about his shoes, even with him just telling me about being scared to jump off the log onto the other stumps, that God was speaking to me. It was almost like God like turned up the volume and made like completely shifted my attention from one way to another, which was in his direction. And so he was about to jump off the log, but he was scared. His dad was right there cheering him on, and he was so scared, but he said, I know I can do it. I got these brand new shoes and they light up and they're going to help me jump. And I was like, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. You can jump. You can do it. So I was encouraging him, realizing that God was probably speaking to me, but I wasn't fully in the moment until as he kept talking. Finally, he jumped off the log. He jumped off the log into one stump and then to the next, to the next, to the next. And eventually he jumped back to the ground. But I was like, God, you literally are speaking to me. You are speaking to me. And I just want to encourage somebody else with that message. You know, you may be scared to take the jump. You may be scared to take the leap. But do it, because you don't know what's on the other side of it. Make the jump. You know, God has already provided to you the shoes of the gospel of peace. He's already sealed his peace. You've already received his peace to do what he's told you to do. To take that leap, to take that jump, to move on faith. He's already given you what you need, and you will do it, and you will not fall. You will land right where he is, right where he wants you to be. No matter how scary it may be, how frightening it may be, how intimidating it might be, even when you feel like you don't have all the money that you need, don't have all the resources that you feel comfortable with having, when it feels like you are in lack, never be lacking faith. Like, you may feel like you are in a place of lack, but whenever you are in spirit or at a place where you're not shrinking back in your faith and you're not lacking faith, when you have that small little mustard seed of faith, you're not in lack. Why? Because you believe God is going to come through even when you don't have enough money, even when you don't have enough resources, even when you don't have all the equipment. Even when you don't have the team or the people or the support, God will make a way. And a lot of times, I truly believe this. A lot of times, he has the resources. He's not even withholding that from us. And a lot of times we actually do have it. We just don't realize it, or we don't ask for help. You know, we're not asking for it. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's something that I keep hearing. But a lot of times, he doesn't want us to be lacking in our faith. He wants to provide these things for us. He wants to create the means. He wants to give us the ideas in our minds to get there, the creativity, the ability. He wants to give us and provide us with what we need. But we first have to understand that he, first and foremost, is what we need. He wants us to believe it first. He wants us to have faith and to truly receive it. And from there, he will pour out everything else that we need. It is from there he will add everything else that we need if we seek him first. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added once we truly believe. Because when we believe, then we will have the faith, and we will respond in our life. We will respond to God. We will respond in a way that we will have faith that it's going to happen. It may not look like what I want it to look like yet, but it's going to happen, and I'm going to move and I'm going to operate like it's already done, like it's already happening, because it is happening. If God has called you to it, if he has set something in motion, if he has shifted you in your spirit and in your mind, even in your life in such a way that you know he is up to something in your life, It is already happening. You may not see it all yet. It may not all have even entered your heart yet. It is happening. It's happening. And he needs you to get on board. He needs you to come into an agreement. He needs you to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. That means stand still in your belief. Stand firm in your faith. Be not moved. Be not indecisive. Be not double-minded. Stand firm and believe and stand on his word. This is me speaking to me. I'm not preaching to nobody else but me. And he will come through. He will come through, and you will eventually see the things. You will see it happening, and you're going to be like, there it is. Come through, God. There it is. That was nothing for you. It can happen. Anything can happen at any moment. Believe that anything can happen at any moment. But we have got to come in agreement. We've got to catch up to where God is. We got to catch up. We got to get to where he is. And so I just want to encourage somebody from this video that you can do it. Do not shrink back. It's not the time to shrink back. Again, I'll say it and I'll say it again if I haven't already said it in a previous video. I believe the time is always now. The time is always now. It doesn't mean that it may need to happen right then and there. God may not allow it to be exposed and allow you to get the elevation or allow you to get the promotion or allow, the book to be released or launched right then. But the time is always now to be prepared and to be ready. If you believe in what he has said about your life, if you believe that he's going to do what he said he is going to do, you're going to act accordingly. You're going to get prepared. You're going to get ready. What does it take for me to get there? You can't run a marathon if you're not already prepping, if you're not already training, if you're not getting yourself ready and disciplined, if you're not eating the right foods, I'm saying all this because our family right now is on a challenge to be more healthier. But anyway, there is a preparation that has to come. You've got to get disciplined. You've got to get ready like it's going to happen so that when God decides to bless you, there's something on the ground. He has something to work with. I heard somebody say that when God gets ready to bless the thing, will there actually be a thing there? What's in your hand? Ready and available for God to use and pick up and breathe life on and have his way for him to bless. But he can't bless something that's not there. He can't. So already get prepared, get ready. It doesn't mean you have to go and tell everybody, which I actually advise that you shouldn't. You don't have to tell everything that you're working on. You don't have to tell everything that you believe in God for. But get prepared. Show God that you are getting ready. Show God that you are preparing, that you believe him. Show him not just when everybody else is watching. Even when you're in those seasons and those times, you feel like you are isolated, you're in the wilderness, where you're struggling to hold on to your faith. But you still believe. You know that God still has his hand on your life. You know that God is still doing a thing. He's still working miracles. He's still encouraging you. He has not given up on you, so you're not going to give up on him. Even in those seasons, show God that you are getting ready. Show God that you mean business, that you're standing on his word. It doesn't mean that it's going to look perfect every day. It's not. During those 2.5 years, I had some really low moments where I just did not want to do anything. I didn't want to do anything. I believed God one minute, and the next minute I was doubting, like, God, why do you got me going through this? What's the point of this? Why am I being humbled like this? Why am I struggling in this area that I've never struggled with before? Why are you taking me through this season of the unknown? What is this about? But hold on even still. That's another chapter in my book. There is more. There is more. God has a funny way of adding on to the rope that you're about to let go on. He adds on to it and he said, nope, there's more. Don't give up. Just when you feel like you're at the end, he says, nope, not yet. There's more. Just whenever you feel like you've learned everything and there's nothing else to offer this world, God gives you another purpose. He stirs up another gift inside of you. New passion and zeal for the things of him, the things that he wants to do. I just want to encourage you to do the thing. And definitely do the God thing. You're always saying that you're so proud of everybody else, but be proud of yourself. Only you know what it took to overcome. Only you know the struggles, the obstacles, all that it took for you to get to where you are and to reach that goal, to accomplish that thing. Only you know. So be proud of yourself, celebrate yourself, and let it encourage you to do the next thing that God has told you to do. So feel free to like and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this video. Are you encouraged to finish the thing? Are you encouraged to reach the goal? Because I hope you are. If I can do it, you can do it too. You can do it. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You can do all things through Christ who gives you the strength. And feel free to comment and tell me what you think about the video. Tell me, have you started something but you haven't finished it? And what's the reason? Why is it that you have not, really put your feet into motion? I want to be in agreement with you. I want to be in prayer for you and just champion you along to be all that God has created you to be and do all the beautiful things that God has created you to do. All right. Thanks.